This way a little bit. Go. This way. Go to your back and place your left leg. There you go. Come this way.
Attack position. Ah! Hammer fist. Ah! Hammer fist. Ah! Hammer fist. Hammer fist. Ah! Hammer fist. Ah! Hammer fist. Ah! Invictus.
Back to the belly. Hold on tightly. Yeah!
Oh, perfect. Good job, Newheim.
Thanks, guys. Come on, Shirky.
Let's go. You got it.
Let's go. Let's go, Shirky. Come on, Kaczynski. Go, Joker. You got it, Joker.
You got it, Ryman. You got it, Ryman. You got it, Ryman. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Go. Keep going.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. One person got it. Come on, boys.
Hammer fist. Hammer fist. Cover.
Hold on. There you go. Keep going. Let's go. Let's go. Push us out.
If I have to tell you one more time,
Grab high. Nice. Very smooth. Just like the first.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
You're done early, help each other out.
Jacqueline Mace, Jacqueline, last name Mace, Mace.
And what's a title for you?
Cadet Colonel Jacqueline Mace, BCT Deputy Group Commander. So when a basic cadet enters the wing on I-Day, they're coming here from probably their first time leaving home. A lot of them are recent high school graduates. They're leaving mom and dad for the first time, getting on the bus, and a lot of them for the first time again being yelled at. And that's a little bit frightening. They get off the bus, we're indoctrinating them into our cadet wing as basic cadets, and through the entirety of BCT, from the second they arrive in their squadrons for the first time, going through our COVID safety precautions of the first few days, spending only time with their roommates, we're looking for these basic cadets to develop into good leaders of character. We just want basics that want to be here and want to learn and are malleable in their leadership abilities, that are going to be good people and eventually lead our Air Force as new second lieutenants 4 years from now. So how we're testing our basic cadets, whether it's drill or knowledge, again, it's these small repetitive tasks that are fundamental to a career in the Air Force, no matter what your career ends up being. But it's something that you are getting comfortable being uncomfortable. We're teaching you how to do skills that might not be your area of expertise, but we're asking you to thrive in them and help others do the same. As a cadre member, something that I've always valued is being a leader of character. I saw it with my cadre members when they first brought me into my squadron as a basic cadet. I saw it with leaders that I had through my 4-degree, 3-degree, 2-degree years. And it's looking at a person and understanding that everyone's story is different. They're going to respond differently to different kinds of training. So I encourage every single basic cadet that I see to look at the people around them and understand that you can't expect a one-size type of leadership to fit everyone. It's just not going to work that way. So whenever I interact with the basics, I show them that through my leadership and hope that that's something that they take away from me. This year is different than any other year in terms of balancing the mental health and the training environment of basic cadets. It is something we've never seen before, but we're asking all of our basic cadets to step up and be peer leaders. We need them to take ownership of their training, which has made this basic training, I think, one of the most difficult we've ever seen in terms of...
Michael Robles, MichaelRobles, Basic Cadet Training Cadet Group Commander. The main transformation we're seeing in the basic cadets from in-processing day to acceptance day is really just becoming, going from civilians to airmen. And with that comes indoctrinating them to our values. And so our values of integrity, service, excellence, ownership of their actions, that's what we're looking for coming from in-processing day all the way to acceptance day when they're accepted into our cadet wing. The basic cadets are being tested through a number of physical and mental challenges. So you look at this year's basic cadet training with the circumstances with COVID-19, that alone has been a very difficult challenge for these basic cadets. We're giving them a lot more ownership of their training. So a lot of our training that we would normally do in person has been moved to virtual training. And so it's really required from the basic cadets to take ownership of their training and to hold each other accountable. The main traits that we're looking to develop in these basic cadets, in my personal opinion, is humility, it's ownership of action, and then learning not to be complacent. And so with that last one, learning not to be complacent, what I mean there is learning to have a growth mindset. I'm always trying to learn more and be better, and that's what our academy and our Air Force is all about. Being a cadre member has truly been the best experience that I've ever had at the academy. I never would have thought when I was a basic cadet that one day I would become the group commander for basic cadet training and leading all 1,200 basics that are coming into our cadet wing. And for me, it's always been about how can I make an impact on others. And this position has truly given me that opportunity to make an impact on others, making a positive influence on those around me. What has guided me just as a leader and as a cadre member is it's always how can I make a positive impact on those around me. And when I put it simply like that, it guides me in every single way. And to me, that means holding myself accountable. It's holding myself to the Air Force core values, all the values that we're trying to instill in these basic cadets. That is what has guided me in this leadership position. Our #1 goal has truly been the safety and health of our basic cadets, and that has guided and shifted how we train in a number of ways. And I would say that just this year alone, given the circumstances of COVID-19 and this pandemic, that has been a challenge in itself. Learning how to come together as a team when they can't necessarily always be together in person has been a challenge. And learning how to take accountability for their own training. A lot of our training has shifted to virtual training. And so learning how to take accountability for their own actions and their own training has really been a challenge, I think, for these basic cadets.
That's great, son.
Well, it's extremely rewarding. It's extremely rewarding. Being in this position and seeing these basic cadets march out to Jacks Valley and accomplish, overcome challenges that I had to overcome as a basic cadet, it's so rewarding. Like I said, I never would have thought that I would be in this position when I was a basic cadet. When I completed basic cadet training, it was an overwhelming feeling of just accomplishment, realizing that you can overcome so much more as a team than as an individual. And that's what I took most from my basic cadet training experience, was that everything you do, you can do better as a team. Putting your ego aside, that was a big lesson for me.
Last question.
As I graduate from the Air Force Academy, what I've taken away most is that it doesn't matter what position you're in. You can be a leader and make an influence no matter what position that you are. Being a leader is not, it's not a title, it's not a position just because I'm the basic cadet group commander. That doesn't automatically make me a leader. What makes me a leader is how I carry myself, and leading by example, and really displaying the values of the Air Force to those under me.
Anything else you...
One quote that I've told to our basic cadets that I think is really important for them as they enter their academy career and their Air Force career is, be not afraid of growing slowly, be afraid of standing still. And what I mean by that is to never get complacent. You can always learn more, you can always do more, and you can always become more.